Hi everyone. Today I am going to explain Unit 2 Vector Spaces 2. In this unit, these definitions are very important. That means what are the basis of a vector space, finite dimensional vector space, null space, dimension of a subspace, existence theorem, invariance theorem, extension theorem, and direct sum of two subspaces. These are the important definitions in this unit. What is a basis of a vector space? Let V of f be a vector space and S be any subset of V, then S is called a basis of V of f. That means first of all, basis of a vector space means the following two conditions are satisfied. First of all, S is linearly independent, and second one is L of S is equal to V. That is, each vector of V can be expressed as a linear combination of elements of S. First of all, S is the first condition is linearly independent condition. Second one is linear span is equal to V, and each vector of V can be expressed as a linear combination of elements of S. First of all, in this definition, now you have to take this set S. Here S contains finite number of elements. What are they? V1, V2, so on up to Vk. Be a set of elements. That means the elements means vectors in V. We say that S is a basis of V means first of all S spans V. That is L of S is equal to V, and S is linearly independent. What is the linearly independence property? Li means linearly independence property means let V of f be a vector space over the field F. Then a set S contains the finite number of elements. What are they? Alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to alpha n of vectors is said to be linear independent vectors if the LC is a1 alpha 1, a2 alpha 2 plus so on up to an alpha n is equal to 0 bar. That means here the elements a1 is equal to 0, a2 is equal to 0, so on up to an is equal to 0. Where here a1, a2, so on up to an belongs to field. This is called the linearly independence property. What is a linearly dependent property? See that one once. Let V of f be a vector space over the field F. Then a set S is equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to alpha n. Then is that means alpha n of vectors is said to be linearly dependent vectors. Now you have to take scalars a1, a2, so on up to an belongs to F, but not all zeros, such that a1 alpha 1 plus a2 alpha 2 plus so on up to an alpha n is equal to 0 bar. This is called a linearly dependent property. Spanning property. For every vector V in V, it is possible to choose the elements V1, V2, so on up to Vn in F, and B1, B2, so on up to Bn in B, such that now you have to take the linear combination is denoted as V is equal to V1, B1 plus V2, B2 plus so on up to Vn, Bn. This is the spanning property. See that one linear span. What is a linear span? First of all, let V of f be a vector space over the field F and S be any subset of V of f. Then the set of all linear combination of elements of S is called linear span, and the linear span is denoted by L of S is equal to set of a1 alpha 1 plus a2 alpha 2 plus so on up to an alpha n, such that here ai belongs to F and alpha I belongs to S. I is equal to the elements from 1 to n. That is called a linear span. Next theorem. Consider the vector space R3. Write the elements E1 is equal to 1, 0, 0. E2 is equal to 0, 1, 0. E3 is equal to 0, 0, 1. Then E1, E2, E3 form a basis of R3. Proof. First, for any vector V is equal to, V contains the elements are x1, x2, x3 in R3. Now we have to take the linear combination that is denoted as V is equal to x1 E1 plus x2 E2 plus x3 E3. Now R3 is spanned by, here the elements are E1, E2, E3. Now we prove that here the elements E1, E2, E3 are linearly independent. Next, suppose C1 E1 plus, the linear combination is denoted as C1 E1 plus C2 E2 plus C3 E3 is equal to 0, or C1 C2 C3 is equal to 0, 0, 0. So C1 is equal to 0, C2 is equal to 0, C3 is equal to 0. That means here E1, E2, E3 are linearly independent. Hence, here the elements E1, E2, E3 forms a basis of R3. This is the proof of this theorem. See this theorem carefully. What is a dimension of a vector space? Already you know the definition of a dimension of a subspace, that means vector space. Let V of f be a finite dimensional vector space. Then the number of elements of the basis of V of f is called the dimension of V of f and is denoted by dimension of V of f. Every finite dimensional or real or complex vector space is isomorphic. That means as a vector space to a coordinate space Rn or Cn, the number of elements n of any basis of a space is called the dimension space. Next definition, what is a null space? The null space of any matrix A consists of all the vectors B such that the condition is AB is equal to 0. But B is not 0. Here this is the condition for the null space. Null space means also, see the another definition, the set V is equal to set of 0 bar is a vector space is called the null space, or the another name of null space is zero vector space. It can also be thought as the solution obtained from AB is equal to 0, where A is known matrix of size. Here the size of this matrix is m by n, and B is matrix to be found of the size n by k. This is called the definition for null space. See the definition dimension. What is a dimension of a vector space? If a vector space V has basis consisting of n vectors, then we say that dimension of V is n. Here we can write that one is dimension of V is equal to n. If V is equal to set of 0 is a 0 vector space, then the dimension of V is defined as 0. Next, dimension of finite dimensional vector space. FDVS, this is shortly denoted as FDVS. A vector space V of f is said to be a finite dimensional vector space, finitely generated vector space, that is there exists a finite set S of V such that L of S is equal to V. Otherwise, V of f is not a finite dimensional vector space. In this unit, the existence theorem. What is the statement of existence theorem? Here, for each finite dimensional vector space V of f, there exists a basis set. This is called the existence theorem. Every linearly independent subset of a finite dimensional vector space V of f is either a basis or can be extended to form a basis. This is called the existence theorem. Next is theorem, invariance theorem. This is also one important theorem from second unit. The number of elements in any two bases of a finite dimensional vector space is invariant. This is called invariance theorem. The another definition for invariance theorem is any two bases of a finite dimensional vector space have the same number of elements. The number of elements in any two bases of a vector finite dimensional vector space is invariant. This is the definition proof. Now just you have to take the V of f of a finite dimensional vector spaces over the field F. Now you have to take the set A is equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to here the finite number of elements are alpha m. And that means here the A contains the elements are alpha 1 to alpha m. Now you have to take another set B is equal to beta 1, beta 2, so on up to beta n. Be two bases of V of f. Then we have to prove that here in this theorem m is equal to n. This is the invariance theorem. Extension theorem. The statement of extension theorem is every linearly independent subset of a dimensional vector space V of f is either a basis or it can be extended to form a basis. This is the extension theorem. Next theorem. If W1 and W2 be two subspaces of V of f, then we have to prove that dimension of W1 plus W2 is equal to dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2 minus dimension of W1 intersection W2. Here also now we have to take the sets W1, W2 and find that dimension of W1 plus W2, and also now you prove that dimension of W1 plus W2 is equal to dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2 minus dimension of W1 intersection W2. This is very important theorem.